The Doomsday Vault, humanity's backup plan for global catastrophe. Hidden deep in the Arctic, on a remote island in Norway's Svalbard archipelago, there is a vault designed to protect the future of life on Earth. It's called the Svalbard Global Seed Vault, but many people know it by a more dramatic name, the Doomsday Vault. This underground facility holds the largest and most diverse collection of seeds in the world, acting as a backup in case of a global disaster. Whether it's war, climate change, pandemics, or asteroid impacts, this vault is designed to ensure that if the worst happens, we can still regrow the plants and crops that sustain humanity. The idea behind the vault is simple. If a country loses its crops due to a disaster, war, or environmental collapse, they can retrieve their seeds and restart agriculture. This might sound like something out of a science fiction movie, but seed banks like this already play a crucial role in preserving biodiversity. The Svalbard Vault, however, is the largest and most secure of them all. The vault was built in 2008 by the Norwegian government, with support from organizations like the Crop Trust and the United Nations. It is buried 120 meters, 394 feet, deep inside a mountain, surrounded by thick layers of permafrost. This location was carefully chosen for several reasons. Cold temperatures naturally preserve seeds, keeping them viable for hundreds or even thousands of years. Svalbard is geologically stable, meaning there are no earthquakes or natural disasters that could threaten the facility. It's located far from human conflict zones, reducing the risk of war or sabotage. Inside the vault, there are over 1.2 million seed samples from nearly every country on Earth. These seeds include staple crops like wheat, rice, maize, and barley, as well as thousands of rare and indigenous plant species. Some of these seeds may not even exist in the wild anymore, making the vault a biological time capsule of plant life. The goal is to ensure that no matter what happens to our planet, future generations will still have access to the genetic diversity needed to grow food. One of the most fascinating aspects of the vault is that it is not owned by any single government. Instead, each country sends its own seeds for safekeeping, and they remain the property of the country that deposited them. It's like a high-security safety deposit box for plants. Even during political conflicts, the vault remains neutral ground. Its purpose is purely to protect global food security. The vault is designed to survive even the most extreme scenarios. Even if human civilization were to collapse, the seeds inside could remain viable for centuries. If electricity fails, the surrounding permafrost would keep the vault cold enough to prevent seed decay. Even in the event of nuclear war, the thick rock of the mountain would shield it from radiation. But here's where things get even more interesting. The vault has already been used. In 2015, during the Syrian civil war, the first ever withdrawal was made. The conflict had devastated Syria's agriculture, and researchers needed access to seeds that had been lost due to the war. They requested seeds from the vault, replanted them, and later returned fresh samples to Svalbard once they had regrown enough. This proved that the system works. The vault is more than just a theoretical backup. It's a real safety net for humanity. Scientists believe that climate change could be one of the biggest threats to global food security in the coming decades. Rising temperatures, extreme weather, and desertification could wipe out many of the crops we rely on today. If that happens, we may need to rely on the Doomsday Vault to restore lost plant species. It could also be crucial for developing new crops that can survive in harsher conditions. Despite its nickname, the Doomsday Vault isn't just about preparing for an apocalyptic event. It is actively being used by researchers and scientists around the world to improve food security. Some of the seeds stored here could help us develop more resilient crops, which will be essential as the global population grows and climate conditions become more unpredictable. The vault is a powerful reminder of just how fragile civilization can be. Even with all of our technology, we still depend on plants and agriculture to survive. If something were to wipe out our ability to grow food, society could collapse faster than we might expect. The Svalbard Global Seed Vault ensures that no matter what happens, whether it's war, disease, or environmental destruction, humanity will always have a way to start over.